You'll never know. Love and kindness are never wasted. They always make a difference. They bless the one who receives them, and they bless you, the giver. A couple, whom we shall call Tom and Carla, had a nice home and two lovely twins. Tom had a good job and had just been asked to go on a business trip to another city and would be gone for several days. It was decided that Carla needed an outing and would go along too. They hired a reliable babysitter to care for the children and made the trip, returning home a little earlier than they had planned. Several days later, as Tom and Carla drove into their hometown feeling glad to be back, they noticed smoke, and they went off their usual route to see what it was. They found a home in flames. Carla said, "Oh well, it isn't our fire, let's go home." But Tom drove closer and exclaimed, "That home belongs to Ngozi, who works at the company. He wouldn't be off work yet, maybe there is something we could do." "It has nothing to do with us," protested Carla. "You have your good clothes on, let's not get any closer." However, Tom drove up and stopped, and they were both horror-stricken to see the whole house in flames. A woman on the lawn was in hysterics, screaming, "The children! Get the children!" Tom grabbed her by the shoulder, saying, "Get a hold of yourself and tell us where the children are." "In the basement," sobbed the woman, "down the hall and to the left." In spite of Carla's protests, Tom grabbed the water hose and soaked his clothes, put his wet handkerchief on his head, and bolted for the basement, which was full of smoke and scorching hot. He found the door and grabbed two children, holding one under each arm like the football player he was. As he left, he could hear some more whimpering. He delivered the two badly frightened and nearly suffocated children into waiting arms and filled his lungs with fresh air and started back, asking how many more children were down there. They told him two more, and Carla grabbed his arm and screamed, "Tom, don't go back. It's suicide. That house will cave in any second." But he shook her off and went back by feeling his way down the smoke-filled hallway and into the room. It seemed an eternity before he found both children and started back. They were all three coughing, and he stooped low to get what available air he could. As he stumbled up the endless steps, the thought went through his mind that there was something strangely familiar about the little bodies clinging to him, and at last, when they came out into the sunlight and fresh air, he realized that he had just rescued his own children. The babysitter had left them at this home while she did some shopping. Do some selfless service for people who are in need, because there is nothing more beautiful than a kind person who goes out of her way to make life beautiful for others. You never know, you're not only helping others but you're helping yourself too.